comes through. She's the only one who can. My baby Gran is all I need.
Humid, Rodney, you don't know the half of it. Well, thanks for staying up. I knew you would. I'm David Leibovitz from our Durban studios, and together with our piano man, we are going to have a great time tonight. During the next 40 minutes, I will produce conclusive evidence that tonight's featured piano man was not only a creative genius, uniquely talented bandleader, arranger, composer, jazz, pop, religious, and concert music, but also a very, very fine piano player. Mr. Edward Kennedy, the Duke Ellington. Now, I'm only going to say this to you one time, sweetheart, so listen real good. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wah, do-wah, do-wah. Now, if I let them, they'll carry on for the duration of the program, but I'm not going to let them. We have to spin a couple of other tracks as well. Was that not a great recording? July the 26th, 1966, the Antibes Jazz Festival in France. On vocals, the First Lady of Jazz, Miss Ella Fitzgerald. And on the piano, the Duke with the song he wrote together with Irving Mills. And the fellow who was muscling his way in there, I have no idea who he was. Doesn't say a thing on the CD. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got no swing, I told you. Which over the years has become the last word in jazz. Well, widely regarded as America's greatest composer in any genre, Duke Ellington led his orchestra for over 50 years. He wrote literally thousands of works, ranging from standard ballads through to instrumentals to full-scale suites. He was from a Washington middle-class background. He took piano lessons as a child, and he played at dances and parties, and he wrote his first composition, Soda Fountain Rag, at the tender age of 16. After leaving school, this is incredible, he worked as a sign painter. Can you imagine? Duke Ellington, a sign painter, and as a clerk while running his first band. And during the next 15 crucial years, he gradually assembled one of the slickest and most innovative ensembles that the burgeoning jazz world had ever seen. You see, he possessed this uncanny ability to develop his players' strong points and then to squeeze every last drop of talent from them. It must have been hell in there, I tell you. That's bringing out the skills of the musicians they never knew they had. Hot from the Cotton Club in Harlem. A few more notes. Thank you, Duke. Our featured piano man, Duke Ellington, and his famous orchestra, and the number Black Beauty, written by the man himself. The band, in fact, played at the Cotton Club for over 3 years. This was a real classy spot in its heyday. In fact, it was one of the most celebrated night spots in the world. The Aristocrat of Harlem, it was often called. Now, a great deal has been said and written about the orchestra being Ellington's real instrument, but I think it is important to realize that in all probability, most of his music he conceived actually originated at the piano. And curiously, the Duke was and is still underrated as a pianist. Too often his playing was taken for granted, and I think this is partly due to the fact that his amazing versatility and multifaceted public personality. If you consider a single evening's performance, which might have had the maestro appearing as a composer, an orchestrator, master of ceremonies, narrator, and conductor, as well as the pianist. Having become a regular recording artist as well as a live attraction, Ellington hired a compositional collaborator in 1939 who remained a trusted lieutenant until 1967. This man, Billy Strayhorn, co-wrote several great pieces with Ellington, and on this one he received Soul Composer's credit. 1941, Take the A-Train.